aspirants. So, here we are in the objective session exercising both phycology and mycology. Let us get started with the first question. The respiration process of yeast is rarely anaerobic or anaerobic, purely aerobic or both anaerobic and aerobic. What will be the respiratory process of yeast? Respiratory process of yeast. Take 1 minute time and answer. Yeah. Here will be your answer. It conducts both anaerobic and aerobic mode of respiration. Yeast can respire aerobically in the presence of oxygen and anaerobically by fermentation in the absence of oxygen. Fine, right? It is not an obligate aerobe or an obligate anaerobe. It is a facultative aerobe. Okay, it is a facultative aerobe. Fine, right? Yeast is a facultative aerobe. Fine, right? Even during oxygenic conditions, it can respire. Look at the next question. Next question. The famous potato famine. Famous potato famine occurred in Ireland is caused by what infection? Potato famine is caused by what infection? Look into that and answer carefully. Take your time. Yeah, here we go with the answer, that is Phytophthora infestis. It causes late blight of potato, which is responsible for Irish potato famine, which is purely memory based question, directly asked from infection point. Third question you look into. Soft rot disease of sweet potato is caused by. Soft rot disease of sweet potato is caused by. The answer is Rhizopus stolonifera, which is option 1. Fine, right? Look into the theory of the answer. Rhizopus will cause soft rot in many storage organs, including sweet potato. Sweet potato, which we learn this on the storage route, right? So, the disease that is caused in sweet potato is by Rhizopus stolonifera. Next question. Very simple and easy. From the commercial importance of microbes. Organism used for commercial production of citric acid. Very simple and easy to answer, which is Aspergillus niger, right? So, here Aspergillus niger, this is widely used for the production of citric acid. Acetobacter aceti is widely used in the production of acetic acid. Fine. Next question. Reoccurrence of rust in North India is caused by. The question is from Basidiomycetes, which is the advanced class of fungi. Look into that and answer carefully. Reoccurrence of rust is through which spores? The type of spores where the reoccurrence of rust is caused by urideospores. Urideospores are repeating spores which are responsible for reinfection during crop seasons. Fine. So, what will be the right answer here? Urideospores, which is option 4. Clear? And then Planella stage. What is Planella stage? In which type of organisms do you see this Planella stage? It is observed in primitive green algal members like Chlamydomonas which is unicellular green algae, and Eulothrix which is the filamentous green algae. Okay, where this is what type of stage? Temporary multicellular motile stage occurred only in these type of algae. Fine. And then a fungus whose extract of sclerotic can be chemically altered to produce powerful hallucinogenic effect. Okay. What is the extract of which fungus will give you that hallucinogenic effect? It is by Claviceps. Claviceps fungus will cause ergot disease in Poaceae members. Fine, and this will cause most powerful hallucinogenic effect. Ergot alkaloids from Claviceps are modified to produce LSD. Here, soil nibblers fungi. What does they do? Soil nibblers fungi. Soil nibblers fungi. This type of fungi, they will kill some roots of plants and they will promote more root formation. Okay. The parasitic roots will increase the surface area after parasitic infection, increase in root formation is observed. Okay. So, they will kill some roots of the plant, main roots of the plant will be killed, and parasitic infection will increase the root formation. Mild parasitic action will stimulate the formation of new roots. Next, fruiting body of Peziza is known as what? Fruiting body observed in Peziza fungus. Purely memory based questions, all of them are. Apothecium. Apothecium is the fruiting body. What will be the shape of this apothecium? Cup shaped. Cup shaped. Fine. Next. The famous famine of Bengal in 1942 to 43 was due to the destruction of what crops? Look at the options carefully and answer. Here we go with the answer. It is by Hemanthosporium, rice crop which is destroyed by Hemanthosporium. Brown spot disease, it is commonly called as brown spot disease of rice, is caused heavy crop loss leading to famine. Clear? Rice crop which is damaged by Helminthosporium. Next question. Green ear disease of Bajra is caused by? Green ear disease of Bajra. Go through the answer go through the question carefully. And here the answer will be Sclerospora graminicola. Okay. This will cause green ear disease of Bajra. So, it causes downy mildew and green ear symptom in pearl millet, that is Bajra. Clear? Next question. The fungus that serves as good research material for molecular biologists for the study of DNA. Very direct question actually. Tell me which class of fungi? First, let us analyze the options carefully. Physarum is fungi like protist which belongs to slime molds. Fine. Neurospora, Penicillium, Aspergillus. 3 of them belong to one class of fungi only, that is Ascomycetes. Of this, Neurospora crassa is widely used for genetic works. Fine. Neurospora crassa is the model organism which is widely used for the genetic works. First, it is described by Biddle and Tatum. Next question. Lactic acid fermentation is brought about by. Lactic acid fermentation is brought about by. And here is the answer, that is Rhizopus oryza. Rhizopus oryzae, it is used for conduction of lactic acid fermentation industrially. It is used for lactic acid production in industry. Many celled long teletospores surrounded by a gelatinous sheath is found in what type of organism? Very direct question. Here we go. Many celled long teletospores, they are commonly produced by rust fungus. Fine. And from amongst the options given here, the answer will be Phragmidium, that produces many celled teletospores which are surrounded by gelatinous sheath. Fine. We can go with the answer. It produces multicellular teleospores with gelatinous sheath. Next, yeast is important source for what vitamin? The answer will be vitamin B, because yeast is rich in vitamin B complexes. Fine. Like thiamine, riboflavin and niacin. Fine. And then look at this question. The causal organisms for downy mildew of pea and grape are respectively species of what? The causative organisms of downy mildew disease of pea and grape. Here we go with the answers. Peronospora species, they will cause downy mildew of pea. Plasmopara species, they will cause the downy mildew disease in grape. Clear? Here the right answer will be option 1. Next, gene for gene relationship between host and pathogen was first described by. It is first described by. Described or demonstrated in. Answer here will be flask crust. Let us see the causative organism and the pathogen. It is demonstrated the gene for gene relationship concept using Linum species, and its rust pathogen is Melamspora. Next question. Active biochemical defense is induced by biochemical defense. Very direct question. Okay. Let's go with the answer. It is phytolexins. Phytolexins are the chemical substances which are released by plants in response to the attack, in response to pathogen attack caused by the organisms. Plants will be releasing out what? Phytolexins. You can see the theory also. Phytolexins are antimicrobial compounds synthesized by plants in response to pathogen attack. Next, thick-walled oospore develops in. Yesterday itself we have learnt about albugo, right? Thick-walled oospore, which is formed in the form of white pustules or white blister-like structures over the leaf. Each is forming what? Oospores. After fusion, inside the sporangium, oospores will be formed, which will be as white pustules or bristle-like structures over the leaf. This is caused by albugo candida. Fine, which causes white rust of crucifers. Clear? Look into the theory once. White rust of crucifers, which is caused by albugo candida. This is because of thick-walled oospores for survival. Next, black rust of wheat is caused by black rust of wheat. Black rust is caused by Puccinia graminis, which belongs to Basidiomycetes. Fine. Once look into the options, other options also. Rhizopus, which belongs to Zygomycetes. Yeast, which is unicellular fungus, and Penicillium. Both of them belongs to Ascomycetes. Black rust is caused by Puccinia. Red rust of tea is by the members of. The question is from algae. Sorry. Yeah, the question is from algae. Red rust of tea is caused by members of Cephalurus. Which is a brown algae, belongs to the class Phaeophyceae. This causes red rust of tea, which is a parasitic algae. Fine. Phaeophyceae, this causes red rust of tea, is caused by Cephalurus, a parasitic green algae traditionally placed among the brown algae in older classifications. This is used in pathology texts as well. See the same question, red rust is caused by Cephalurus. Yeah. Heterothalassamin fungi was discovered by. Recently we have learnt it. Who is the scientist? He is Blaxley. He has discovered heterothalasm by working over mucor species. Fine, right? Which of the following rust diseases is not caused by Basidiomycetes? What type of rust is not caused by Basidiomycetes? Brown, yellow and black. These are the three rusts which are caused by different species of Basidiomycetes. White rust in crucifers is caused by albigo, which belongs to Oomycetes. Clear? Next. Here we go. Which one of the following disease is caused by viruses? Disease caused by virus. Leaf roll of potato is the disease which is caused by the virus, which is potato leaf roll virus. Okay, this is the disease which is caused by potato leaf roll virus. Clear? Now, Gibberella fujikiroi is known as Gibberella fujikiroi is known to cause Bacane or foolish seedling disease in rice plants. Okay. This will release out the chemical known as gibberellins. This will lead to abnormal elongation of the rice stems. Fine. This causes abnormal elongation in rice seedlings. Next, which of the following is true for facultative parasite? They need host plants to complete the reproductive phase. They have symbiotic relation with host. There is no symbiotic or parasitic relationship with the host. They don't need host to complete their reproductive phase. Both the statements are wrong only. So, here neither 1 nor 2 is correct. Look into the concept clarity. Facultative parasites are normally saprophytes, but they can become parasitic under suitable conditions. They do not strictly require a host. They don't require a host strictly for reproduction, and they are not symbiotic as well. Next is fungi. Fungi living on dead and decaying matter are called incapable of infecting living organisms. They are known as what is their main mode of nutrition? Of course, all fungi rely on the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. But in heterotrophic, what is the exact mode of nutrition that fungi is relying on? Fungi are obligate saprobes. Okay, fungi are obligate saprobes. Obligate saprobes, they live only on dead and decaying organic matter, and they cannot infect the living host. Next, sexual reproduction seems to be absent in, okay, sexual reproduction is absent in Deuteromycetes. All the fungi which belongs to Deuteromycetes class will not be having the perfect sexual stages in it. Next, Basidiospores, they are produced from, very simple and direct, Basidiospores are produced from Basidium, which is option C. Lichens will be, how do lichens grow? They are slow growing and they are long lived. Lesser component in lichen. In lichen, if you see, it has two components. Algal component is known as phycobiont, and fungal component is known as mycobiont. In complete lichen composition, only 5% of algae will be there, rest complete percent will be mycobiont, where algal component will be providing nutrition to the fungi, whereas fungal component will provide shelter to algae. Fine. So, here both A and B, the lesser component in lichen is phycobiont. Fine. Next. Graphis is what type of lichen? We have different types of lichen species like foliose, crustose, filamentous and fruticose lichens. Graphis is a example for crustose lichen. Next, in which class of algae flagellae is totally absent? We have three major classes of algae, chlorophyceae, rhodophyceae and phaeophyceae, of which the advanced class is rhodophycean members, which do not have any motile stages or flagellated stages in it. Another name for Cyanophyceae. Cyanophyceae consists of blue-green algal members. Okay. So, it is also known as blue-green algae and it is also addressed as Mixophyceae. So, the right answer will be option D. Both A and B are correct. Next question. Consider the following statements about chlorophyceae. Statement based question, important one. Consider following statements about chlorophyceae. They store food as starch. True. Their cell wall mainly consists of cellulose. Correct. They have cellulose and pectin. Cellulose is the major component. They contain chlorophyll A and B. True. Chlorophyceae contains chlorophyll A and B. So, here the right answer will be option C. Both 1, 2, 3. 3 statements will be correct. Next, regarding rhodophyceae. Rhodophyceae, flagellated stages are completely absent in the rhodophyceae. The stored food, flagellated stages will be absent. The stored food material is Floridian starch, which is structurally equal to glycogen. And fucoxanthin is the chief pigment. Wrong. In rhodophyceae, what is the chief pigment? Phycoerythrin. Phycoerythrin is the chief pigment. So, 1 and 2 will be correct. Option A. Next, about Cyanophyceae. They possess heterosis for nitrogen fixation. True. Heterosis will be having thick walls over it, which will help in nitrogen fixation. They have true nucleus. No. Cyanophyceae, the cells of Cyanophyceae are prokaryotic. They do not have well defined nucleus. Their cell wall contains peptidoglycan. True. Vegetative cells will contain peptidoglycan. So, here 1 and 3 will be right. Ascomycetes are characterized by, important, the sexual spores of Ascomycetes are ascospores, which are sexual spores, and they are endogenously produced. Which is true. Septate mycelium is present. Dikaryotic phase is long lived. Wrong. Dikaryotic phase is inside the ascus. Inside ascus, dikaryotic phase is formed, which is short lived. Fine. So, here 1 and 2 are correct, option A. Basidiomycetes. The question is on Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes is addressed as advanced class of fungi. Here we go with it. Basidiospores are produced exogenously, true. Basidiospores are the sexual spores. They are produced exogenously. Clamp connections are present in between the mycelial cells, in between the hyphal cells. Clamp connections are present. Okay. Clamp connections are present in between the mycelial cells. Next, asexual reproduction is absent, true. Asexual stages are absent in Basidiomycetes. Perfect sexual stages are observed. So, here 1, 2, 3, all the statements are correct with respect to Basidiomycetes. Next is Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes are called as imperfect fungi. Why Deuteromycetes are called as imperfect fungi? Because they do not have perfect sexual stages. Sexual stages are absent. True. Next, only conidial stage is known. True. The conidial stage is only known, which is the asexual stage, or asexual spores are what? Conidia here. They lack mycelium. No, they do have mycelium, which is septate mycelium only. So, here 1 and 2 both are correct. Fine. Next. About rust fungi, Puccinia, which is the rust fungi, belongs to what class of fungi? Basidiomycetes. They are obligate parasites, true. They produce ureospores for rapid spread. They belong to Ascomycetes, so wrong. They do produce uridospores for reinfection to occur. They are obligate parasites, true. 1 and 2 will be the right statements here. Next, about mycorrhiza. It is symbiotic association between fungi and roots of the higher plants, true. Okay, mycorrhiza between the roots of the higher plants, that is pinus, the fungal association will be there, both ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhizal associations. It increases, yes, water and mineral absorption will be increased. It reduces plant growth, no, plant growth will be increased, it will not be reduced. Because of increased absorption of water and minerals, plant growth will be increased. So, here 1 and 2 both will be the right statements. Next, which of the following pigments is characteristic of cyanobacteria? Cyanobacteria characteristic pigmentation is phycocyanin. Fine. Fucoxanthin for brown algae, xanthophyll is not for the algal members, chlorophyll B for chlorophyce, not cyanophyce. Next question. Heterocysteine cyanobacteria are specialized for nitrogen fixation, and what is the enzyme that is present in the heterocyst? The enzyme present in the heterocyst is nitrogenase enzyme. Fine. Next, agar is commercially obtained mainly from Gilarium and Gracilaria. Fine, from Gilarium and Gracilaria agar is obtained. Dictyota shows which type of life cycle? In Dictyota, which is brown algae, when we are learning it, we have clearly read its life cycle, that it shows isomorphic alternation of generations. Fucus will exhibit which type of life cycle? Fucus, which is the brown algal member, this exhibits diplontic life cycle. They just possess haploid gametes in its life cycle. Excuse. they just possess haploid gametes. Rest all phases will be diploid. Clear till here? Any doubt anywhere? Yeah. So with this the complete objective practice of phycology and mycology is done, and in our next session we will be starting with archegoniate. Done, right?